Hi, my name is Sakala Saw, and I am going to be talking to you about my story, Redbird Sings, which is by co-authors Gina Capaldi and QL Pierce's adaptations of my own original writings about my life, which were featured in the Atlantic Monthly, and it explains the important events throughout my lifetime. This book won the Carter G. Woodson Award, which means it was the most distinguished book for young readers that depict ethnicity in the U.S., and it's awarded by the NCSS. The genre classification for this book is nonfiction full biography because it tells about all the events that happened throughout my life. And it's also authentic because the sources are cited in the acknowledgement. And even though there is some dialogue used, the authors acknowledge in the foreword that they used 3 of my autobiographical stories and adapted them to make them my language and kid-friendly and more modern. This book provides accurate historical facts of my life and also history that pertains to the United States. The book follows a chronological sequence about my life, and it's all dated accurately as well, such as in my timeline that I included. Beginning with the day I left my home with the white missionaries, "Mother, say yes," I pleaded. Before I went to bed, I begged the Great Spirit to make my mother allow me to go with the missionaries. The next morning, my brother came for her decision. "Dawei, tell the missionaries they may take my little daughter. She will need an education when she is grown." I was happy. Soon I was being drawn away by the white man's horses. But when I looked back and watched the lonely figure of my mother vanish in the distance, a sense of regret settled upon me. Although there was a lot of things that happened before my life about the next event that I'm about to talk about, the next monumental moment in my life was when I graduated school at the white man's institution. And I gave a commencement speech in which the local newspapers reported that my speech was a masterpiece that has never been surpassed in eloquence or literacy perfection of any girl in this country. Since I loved books, music, and writing so much, I decided to further my education, and I went to college at Earlham College in Richmond, Indiana. While at college, I entered a statewide oratorical contest as Earlham's representative. People were not very nice to me. As you can see, they wrote a sign that says "squaw" to make fun of my Native American background, and they also were not nice to me because I was a woman. Even though that everybody doubted me, my speech ended up winning a prize, and they ended up dropping their sign, and I laughed to myself when they took it down. Even though that I got very sick just 6 weeks before I earned my degree at Earlham College, I still decided to speak out about my people, Native American people, and about women's rights. And I went to Washington, D.C., and I met presidents, and I helped so that Native Americans could vote. And I shall always continue my path as a writer of causes and purposes, a voice for my people. For in my heart lives that wild girl of 7, free as the wind, and no less spirited than a bounding deer, ever chasing the great shadows that play among the hills of my home. And that is all I have.